What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and we just had that huge Pokemon Presents. I posted a video earlier, but can you believe that there's even more information to cover from the Pokemon Presents that was not actually in that video? That's right, we got new moves, new abilities, and more to cover. And of course, guys, you like this type of content, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider joining the Pan fam today by hitting that join channel member button below. Now we finally have the names of the brand new Paradox Pokemon. Raging Bolt, based on Raikou, is exclusive to Pokemon Scarlet, and then we have Iron Crown, which is based on Cambalion, which is gonna be exclusive to Pokemon Violet. Now, I think these Pokemon are both incredibly sick for sure. Personally, I'm more of a fan of Raging Bolt because Raikou is my second favorite Pokemon of all time. Even though he is a long-necked dinosaur, I love dinosaurs, I love Raikou. This is a weird slam dunk for me. I do think it's going to be really cool when we see their signature moves because both Iron Leaves and Walking Wake both had signature moves. So I wonder what they're going to be. But my lock-in for the typings right now is Raikou, or Raging Bolt is going to be Electric and Dragon. And Iron Crown, I actually think it's going to be Steel and Psychic, because the fact that Iron Leaves was a Psychic type means I think the whole trio is going to be a Psychic type. And then with Walking Wake being a Dragon type, I do think that's the lock-in that Raging Bolt is also going to be a Dragon type for the rest of the trio. Now the question is, will we see a Paradox Entei? Will we see a Paradox Terrakion? I do think we will, and I think they're going to be saving those. Now, I'm still not 100% certain if we were going to be seeing these in DLC 1 or DLC 2. I hope it's DLC 1, but I do think it's actually going to be DLC 2. So stay tuned for more information on these guys. Now, we got some awesome information to cover on this next section. We have the brand new Pokemon with their brand new ability and moves, which is phenomenal. So we got Dippling here. If you didn't know, Dippling is a regional evolution for Applin. So it's going to be like Appleton, like Flapple. And this one is going to be all about speed control and invasion control, which is going to be really cool. It is still a dragon and grass type like the other two, but it has a new ability called Super Sweet Syrup. It lowers the opponent's evasion when sent out, which is actually really good for competitive play. Now, this Pokemon has like Sleep Powder or something crazy like that. That's going to be gnarly, but you know, I can see this being used with like some like Draco Meteor, because you know, this Pokemon will definitely get Draco Meteor's Dragon type, which, you know, pretty much will make it that Draco Meteor won't miss because it lower the evasion when sent out. And especially when it's in doubles, this can actually be really crazy for VGC, because this is going to affect both of your opponent's Pokemon in double battles. So I think this Pokemon's gonna be really good just because of that ability already. And then it has a brand new signature move called Syrup Bomb. It lowers the opponent's speed for 3 turns. So each turn, you're gonna have a speed drop. That is actually a crazy move. A Syrup Bomb is a grass type move. We don't know what the actual damage on that is yet. I assume it's going to be physical, but it could be special. We don't really know for sure at the moment. But that is a really good move. There's a lot of different combinations I can think about that. That can actually be really good for like Defiant Pokemon, also like in Trick Room. Like let's say you use that on your own King Gambit and you're in Trick Room, like it lowers the speed, but then Defiant triggers, so you're getting a +2 attack. There's a lot of crazy combinations that you could use this Pokemon with right now, and this gets me really excited for the competitive meta with Dippling. So I think Dippling, or shall I say Drippling, is going to be really cool. I do want to also say that we can see the ability here in battle. So it comes out, lowers the Ekans evasion. Also, notice the level. The DLC levels are gonna be in that high 50s, probably low 60 range. I assume this is like in the early part of the DLC, because we are like in an apple patch, and there is that big mountain range where Ogerpon is. So I'm assuming that this is gonna be sort of the lower level DLC area. So if you want to make a team for the DLC, I would probably recommend having all your Pokemon and being around level 60 if you don't want to like overpower and be level 100. I do think it's more fun to run through the DLC when you have Pokemon that are about at level and has like more of a challenge to it too. But you know, that's up to you to decide. And then we can see the Super Seed Syrup activate when it comes out here. So that's, I mean, it's pretty cool, honestly. And also, the first reveal right here of Dippling's sprite for the boxes right there, so that's really cool. I really like this Pokemon design in general. Also, funny enough, there's actually 2 Dipplings in here. It's one is the tail and one is like the head. Very weird lore to it, but hey, I'm all about it. Seems really cool. And also, I do think, as Pory Leaks mentions here, Dippling Shiny should be a caramel apple. I'll be very disappointed if it is not a caramel apple, which would be like this more orange hue to it. So that would be really cool if they did something like that. Now, that's not the only Pokemon that was talked about today and shown off. The Indigo Disk does have a brand new Pokemon evolution, which I still can't believe that this is real. We have Archelodon. Archelodon is the new evolution of Duraludon, which is actually crazy. Duraludon's gonna have Eviolite. I don't think a lot of people recognize how freaking awesome that is for Duraludon. That's gonna be like his new go-to item because the bulk on this thing was already so good, and now it's gonna get even crazier. So still can't believe this is even happening. So it's still going to be a Steel Dragon type Pokemon. We don't know the base stats on it. I assume it's going to hit that BST of 600 though. It has 2 good abilities. So the abilities aren't like anything crazy, but Stamina is actually pretty good. If you don't know what Stamina does, whenever you get hit by an attack, your defense stat goes up by 1. That's really good. That's a really good ability. And of course, Sturdy is if you get hit by if you can't just get 1 hit KO at full HP, which I mean, pretty good ability, but Stamina is going to be way, way, way better. Now, its signature move is actually pretty freaking crazy. It's called Electro Beam. Electro Beam, which seems to be an electric type attack, which is pretty interesting because it is a Steel Dragon type attack. In turn 1, it charges electricity, raising Archelodon's special attack by 1. So it gets a +1 special attack. It's like a charge beam, but it's a 2-turn charge beam. In turn 2, it attacks. So think of like electric type solar beam, but you get a +1 special attack. However, if it is raining, you don't have to charge. It is like solar beam, but for the rain, and is an electric type attack, but you get +1 special attack. This is going to be crazy. We don't know what the base power of this move is yet, but I'm going to guess at least 100. So we're going to just have to wait and see on that, but this is going to be crazy. Rain gets another sweeper, which I don't know why Rain keeps getting sweepers. I don't know how the other weather is going to compete with this, because Rain is definitely looking like to be the best at this point, besides Sun, because Sun does have all the paradoxes to boost up now as well on the Scarlet side. So, you know, Sun at least has that, but Rain gets another huge buff, which is pretty crazy to see. Of course, we got some new character profile information. The first one's the new character Piran, who is gonna be the photographer who's gonna allow us to play Pokemon Snap in the game. She's totally related to what's his name, Adaman from the Pokemon Legends Arceus. Like, that is his descendant, and she is trying to take a picture of a special Pokemon. So we're gonna have to see what that journey is gonna be, but that's gonna be a very interesting side quest for us to complete. We have Miss Breyer. She's going to be a teacher in the second DLC, and she advises the school trip. So we're going to learn more about Miss Breyer. Not too much information about her, but she has a keen interest in the Terra phenomenon. And then we have a brand new Pokemon League in the second DLC, the League Elite Four, which is going to have Lacey, Crispin, Amares, and Drayton. And it seems like Drayton may be the champion of it. Who knows? To battle each BBE4 member, you'll need to pass the Elite Trial. A trial is run in each one of the 4 terrariums for biodomes. So we have the 4 people. I'm gonna say this. I freaking love Crispin, dude. This dude's hilarious name, and he be cooking. And this is obviously Drayton's son, and we know his ace is going to be Archelodon. So that's really cool that we have another Elite Four. Hopefully we can actually rebattle this one as normal in like past Pokemon games, because currently we can't rebattle the current Elite Four, but you know, maybe we'll do something about it later. I did not know this either. Omori's Elite Trial will provide the player's Koraidon or Miraidon with a supplement will grant them the ability to fly. Though temporary, you'll be able to unlock this as a permanent upgrade eventually. So yes, you will be able to fly in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. No more gliding. You will be able to fly probably at the end of the second DLC. That is awesome. That is a necessary huge upgrade. It's going to make shiny hunting a lot more fun too in general. And the last thing I want to cover here, you can now make your Pokemon walk along. You can make your Pokemon walk alongside you, but you can also tell them to sit in place. So if you're trying to take a screenshot, try to take a photo of your Pokemon, but they keep running around, keep doing dumb stuff, you can be like, hey, sit there. Let's take a selfie together. Have a good photo shoot. I'm so happy about that. That is a massive quality of life update for me. And of course, all the other updates I talked about in the previous video, definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. So much good stuff in this DLC. I cannot wait. And stay tuned for more content for this DLC. I'll be covering all the stuff when the DLC comes out. Anyways, guys, hope you have a good one. Peace out, and I'll catch you guys next time.